Hey, my name's Katya, and today we're going to talk about custom backgrounds in Gamestar Mechanic. So first of all, what's a custom background? A custom background is a background that you can make for your game in Gamestar Mechanic using your own art or using photography or pictures from the internet. Custom backgrounds really appeal to kids who want to personalize their game and who are into art and aesthetics and storytelling and photography. So let's first take a look at the kind of backgrounds kids use in their games when they make custom backgrounds. So this game, for example, is a game on global warming where the student found a picture of the Earth from space to use as a background. Over here, this game is about going on an adventure that starts out in a city, and here the student found a picture of, I'm not exactly sure what city this is, but you can see how they've put the Gamestar Mechanic sprites against the city backgrounds. This game, I'll go to the next level and show you that this game turns into moving through a jungle. And you'll see how the student used Gamestar Mechanic sprites from grass and trees and vines to set against the background to be part of the story. You can also draw your own backgrounds. This game is really awesome. The kid actually used sketch grid paper and drew a kind of draft for what the game should look like. So you'll see here that this is a danger area and this is the exit. And if we jump around the level a little bit, you'll see that they wrote like this is moving parts and this is high voltage and over here is a teleporter. So it's kind of like taking notes on their level using the background, which not only looks really cool, but it's a really good way to plan out your game. We also have people who are really skilled artists making backgrounds in Photoshop or in Illustrator. So all of this art here is incorporating the Gamestar Mechanic sprites like these blocks using personal art, and this game incorporates a lot of really cool art and storytelling. So in this level, the game creator wrote their story and used the background to tell the story in a really unique and clever way. So how do you get your students to have the ability to earn these backgrounds? For example, in your workshop, you would scroll down and you have two options to do this. The first option is in challenges and contests. Now, if you have a premium account or a premium class, anyone in that premium class will be able to find the custom background challenge. So if I go to see all, you're going to look for a challenge that looks like this, custom background challenge, and you'll see that this challenge is kind of like a mini quest. So there's a bunch of missions to play. There are some comic cutscenes that tell you a little bit about what makes a good background, what makes a bad background, and talk to you a little bit about being smart and appropriate when you upload your own backgrounds. So playing through all of these games will earn you a background certificate, so when you make your own games in your workshop, you can use the custom background feature. The other way to use custom backgrounds as a teacher is to assign the background to your class as a class project. So there's another tutorial about how to assign class projects, but you know that you would go to your workshop, find your class, and click on class projects, and you'd be able to add a new project and add the custom backgrounds project. So here I've already added it to one of my classes, and they would go through the same missions and games to play to learn about what's a good background, what's a bad background, what's appropriate, and then when you feel like they're ready, you would have to assign them or give them the ability to earn their own custom background feature to use in their own games. And to do that, you'd go to In My Projects, Student Tracking, and you can select all the students or select whoever you think is appropriate to receive the custom background and say Give Awards, and that will award them the ability to use custom backgrounds in their own games. So once your students have earned the ability to use the custom background feature in their own games, how did they do it? Well, if I'm a student and I go to my workshop and I click on Build a New Game, I will find the custom background feature under Level Settings and scroll down to Background and choose a custom background. Add a new background, and from here I have two options. I can upload a file, so that's uploading a saved image, maybe uploading a picture I took with my camera, uploading something that I drew, or I can search for an image. And here, this search is powered by picsforlearning.com, which has free to use and approved images for kids who are using pictures. So you can either type in a search word here, so let's say I type in dog, and I would get some pictures of dogs that I could use as my background, or you could click here and go to the Pics for Learning website and choose a picture from the website itself. Once I choose my custom background, I would click choose, and it sends the image to Gamestar, and then I will choose it again as my background, which might take a minute. And then here, one thing to note is in background scrolling, if you want the picture to stay where it is as you play the game, which usually makes the most sense for a custom background, you would change it from parallax to locked. You don't have to, you can play around with this, but that's my suggestion. So then we have a background, and if I put a sprite on my game, I now have a game where I am a little sprite and I can go walk around on this kind of ridiculous background of a dog. One thing to note is that when kids do upload their own backgrounds from pictures they've taken or things that they've drawn, we have a moderation team that looks at every single background and makes sure that it's appropriate to be shared in Game Alley in our social community. Images that are not appropriate include things like pictures of recognizable faces of humans, so you can't have a picture of yourself or your friends. We even discourage pictures of celebrities. However, drawings are totally acceptable. One thing that's been really cool about using custom backgrounds in my class is that students who maybe don't have as much fun or are not as engaged in making their own games normally in Gamestar Mechanic have gotten really into choosing photography or taking pictures or drawing pictures on grid paper that we then scan and upload to be the backgrounds of the game. So it adds this element of personalization and art that a lot of students are really attracted to. So have fun using custom backgrounds with your students.